Yeah, so we do the team of two, and I guess Marco choose the name because we're two guys working on that. I don't know.
That's right.
And we decided to work on the topic database configurations for Spryker. And with also a short introduction. So my name is Holger, lead developer, implementation success provider, first timer, landlord and chainsaw operator. And Marco is the happiness operation, also from DVI, and maybe also an expert in Spryker navigation XML, probably.
The first timer, is that like a permanent feature of you, or is it just for this hackathon?
I think it's for Hackathon and also visiting Berlin for the first time.
Keep it in the right time amount, so the next 5 years he will not join.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we also tried to include also some AI features into our presentation. So that's our, I don't know, title image, what we get from the AI.
And we didn't mention,
Yep.
but it's mission critical, so that's what it is. What was the goal? We would like to achieve configuration changes in Spryker without the deployment for non-technical user. That's what we would like to achieve. Some guy told us you can just change the configuration store or parameter store in the past, but he missed to mention that it's required to open a support ticket to do an infrastructure deployment to get the values up and running. But for our use case, or what we also showcase in a couple of seconds, is that, for example, on an event or somewhere on a weekend, you would like to change something important in your system, it's maybe not possible because it takes some time to do the deployment or to get this support ticket fulfilled. So that's why we built this module. We would like to enable non-technical user to adjust configurations, reduce developer dependencies for operation tweaks. That's also very important to mention. Most of the back office users are non-technical users in most of the cases. For example, if you would like to change campaign management or front-end control, and the first step was to manage a technical value like changing the chunk size at runtime for processing messages in the queue, for example.
Yeah, so the current state is, we kind of set it up, the foundation for this whole module. So we already created a backend or back office UI where you can see all your configurations, where you can change your configurations. We also implemented already a client so that you can provide these configurations also to other parts like the front end. And now we can maybe also go to demo.
Before we showcase, we would like to also talk about what's currently not possible. We had some challenges during the development. Sometimes. We choose to just implement strings currently for configuration in the backend because it needs more time to set up the right backend stuff for enums and booleans and integer to have a convenient way to edit it in the backend. And we would like to talk about maybe upcoming features or what you can achieve using our module. You can extend it or improve it over the next couple of decades. And you can think about what you can achieve. You can move it to front-end specific behaviors like moving the configurations into the key value store. You make use of key value store features like enable features somewhere in the middle of the night or disable certain features or make other configuration experiments like doing A/B testing or whatever, you can improve that later on, and you can also empower business users and other users to tweak certain stores or environments or touch points to doing online business or on point if you're not on normal business hours. What we learned so far is here, it's what the AA came up with my ideas that I entered it. We tried to think about non-functional requirements. What's maybe also important, balancing what we like to achieve in the limited time and resource that we had during the hackathon, and you can read it later on. I also talked about future advancements, and now I can show you the demo. So we achieved that we have a database navigation entry here. Yeah, so you can choose it under administration. This is one config value that we added. It's currently with the value of false. You can easily edit it, and
Wait, don't you want to show first how it looks like right now?
it's false.
No, I mean, where should be a logo?
You will see it
Okay.
afterwards.
You should be patient. If you set this value to true, no, this one is shown. Yeah, that's it. Ta-da!
Do I assume correct that in the current version for the front end, like the Eve's storefront, you have to do a call through the backend gateway first to get the value?
Currently, it's not implemented, but you can use the existing client, which calls the backend. But we will recommend to exchange this client using the Redis or the key-value store to fetch this value and publish your required configuration value into the key-value store. So that's not necessary to call the backend, but that's not yet implemented because we had the focus on running it not in the front end just for the first implementation of chunk sizes or just this as example.
One follow-up question. What do you think, how much work is still needs to be done to have this kind of ready to be used on a project?
It's a good starting point currently. I think it takes a couple more days to finish all the little stuff that's currently missing, like also building and release and get it compose or readable. So I would guess maybe 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I think maybe 20% are done because we figured also out there are different, not problems, but things where we have to invest a bit more time. For example, the edit form only can text at the moment. So you need to kind of implement a dynamic form based on the type of the configuration. This is something we didn't implement it yet because it took too long. But yeah, as I said, I think the foundation is there, but maybe 20-25% are done. And the rest is something we had to implement.
I had a question. What do you think about making these configurations store specific so that I could have different values for different stores?
This is also something we had already in mind, but it was also too much for the POC. But technically, it is also possible to include maybe in this configuration table also the store relation. and maybe we had it in another project, a merchant or service point relation, so that you can also define configuration values on a very low level. This is something we can do, and we also thought about it already, but it's not yet implemented.
Can we clap now?